Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry I'll be eating in front of you. Last half of my sandwich just now cold. Oh, we got 7 in here. Wow, we're up 9. Come on, guys, let's talk. Hey, Brian. Hey, Gabby. Sorry, talking with a mouthful. What's up, Justin? I'm at home. Be right back and put this shit in the fridge. How's everybody doing tonight? Besides seeing that um, show earlier. I don't know what the fucking. That's a,
Hey, what's going on, man? Well, I don't have to ask that question. I already know. I,
yep, you already know.
I don't. That's I don't have to ask. I know. Uh,
I don't know what.
hey, I run Lion to Stripe King. There's plenty others that can tear me up with stripes. Oh, Blake Albers can he put rings around me with stripes all day long. He was my very first inspiration for stripes. So I strive to be as good as him one day with stripes. True story.
Most people think you need to take a hike in a big, hiking boot. Just gotta.
Yeah, Debbie, I noticed that. How are you, by the way? I stepped away for a second, so I don't know if I was called out. I'm surprised my name wasn't brought up more because I'm always over here. I am surprised. I look terrible. It's been long days of work. Didn't work today. Got rained out. No bush trimming jobs. I don't like to be holding power tools when there's thunderstorms happening. That makes me a little nervous. I don't want to get barbecued, especially on a customer's property. Jim, what's going on, man? Oh, see, that's the problem, Debbie. In this day and age, I'm not shocked because the world is poisoned with these types of situations everywhere. It really is.
Hey, what's going on, Jim, buddy? Sorry. Yeah, everybody went from Wills over to Shane's. What's up, Ryan's? Ryan's, I meant, sorry.
What's up, Brian? See, here's the thing about YouTube. No one's boxed into anything on YouTube. Travel anywhere you want. At least I do. I watch many different channels. I have my top five favorites, of course. Um, I don't know YouTube channels. Like,
Excuse me.
well, sometimes it's like that depending on the channel, but um, it's almost like trying to pick a favorite food. Favorite food can change a lot. So the my top five of channels changes quite a bit on which ones I'll keep up to date on. But there are a select few that I always keep tabs on. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm blocked on Shane shit. So I put a couple comments up there, and when they'll say,
Well, Shane told me to not watch his videos and to stay off his channel when he called me up one evening. And the problem
I
is
don't give
you
a shit less anymore.
can't put words back in your mouth.
Yeah, I know, Ryan. It is what it is. He's got me blocked on his YouTube account, so I can't even reciprocate. So
See,
it
one
is
fact,
what it is. He is
one
who he is, and it is what it is. I'm 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 this close from saying fuck YouTube.
thing is with Shane, and ain't nobody gonna deny it because everybody's heard it. When Shane gets in a mood, he's angry. There is no talking to him. Zero.
No,
You can't. You cannot talk to him.
he's fucking Shane. I mean, what can
I mean, that's just how it is. Some people are like that. I know people like that, and I know I get a phone call from people and they're in that mood. You just got to hang up on them and then call them the next day when they calm down in order to get a sentence in or see what's going on. Otherwise,
oh heartburn. Ryan, I was myself. That's what I did. You know, I'm being blamed for letting my daughter talk to a known sex offender, which we didn't know was a sex offender, and it's
well,
just
my
all kinds of
problem,
bullshit.
my problem with that is everybody's just saying all our information just got handed over, but Instagram's a public place. When you search certain people like see recommended people underneath, usually it shows immediate, it shows immediate friends, so it's not hard. Um, it's not hard to do a dig and find people. That was a whole other can of worms that got resolved pretty much within 48 hours, as it should have been right away. So
You know, I'm at the point where I don't know if I'm coming or fucking going. Really don't. I got plenty of people telling me that I'm a big old piece of shit, this, that, and the other, and
I get it too. I got comments on some of my videos. People always saying that crap, but the problem is what's worse is that these people for the most part, seeing these people in person, and it's just I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's a terrible situation. Extremely unfortunate. I'll be the first person to say, push comes to shove, I'll do whatever it takes to put family first and food on the table, illegal or not. That's exactly how it's going to go. You know, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're left with no other choice.
what's up, Jazzy? Thanks, Brian. Um,
And Steve, that comment does not mean you're doing anything illegal. That has nothing to do with that. I'm just saying.
no, you're good.
Just
I
saying.
didn't. Hey, dude, but to be honest, I didn't even hear what you said.
I'm saying, push comes to shove. Uh, you do whatever you have to do, with no exceptions, for family and food on the table. That there is no other choice.
I
At the end of
try.
the, end of the day, that's number one.
What's up, David? How's it going, buddy? Be honest, I wish I had a fucking kick bag out in the fucking garage. Because right now, that's where I'd be at. Brandon, I really don't know, dude. I'm about to shut my fucking phone off. Just be fucking done with the outside world.
You do what you got to do. Family first, food on the table. That those two is everything. Family first, food on the
Yeah,
table.
we got 21 in here and two or three talking. Yeah, who all they're running to, right? And I guarantee you, Bill's one of them.
Yeah, I've been there. That's right. I accepted.
Uh, Jazzy, I did the same thing right there. Got ate up with fucking poison ivy. God damn, rabbits. A lot of people take me for being somebody who's weak and undermined and whatnot. I just would love for people to come to my turf and confront me. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
Because I guarantee you they wouldn't be talking the same when they left.
I try not to ever let anything be too big of a problem unless it's right here.
Oh, trust me, nothing's ever too big of a problem.
When it becomes nose to nose, face to face, that's when you take care of business. You know. But yeah, like you said, Steve, start bringing kids into the mix. That's another prime example. You just take care of business. That's why I don't ever That's why I try to keep it just me on my YouTube channel. I don't know. I've always been that way. I don't try to. I don't know. I never trusted the internet enough to start putting family members and stuff. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people do, but I never. I think I showed the little dude on your stream once last December. I think I did. Yeah, but that's about it though. But I don't know. Internet's a scary place. Too many things happen on the internet. There's not a lot you can do to stop it. I mean, it is what it
Jazzy,
is.
that sucks, dude. Guarantee that shit soaked up and got to your. It's already, you know, all but a rash now. So, I mean,
See, Ivy, because I blasted into patches of it with the trimmer before, just not paying attention. Dawn dish soap. Sit there and you scrub. You get one of those soft scrub brushes, scrub the areas that got hit with it. Pretend it's like axle grease on your skin. Wash it, wash it, wash it with Dawn or any type of deep
well,
clean.
see,
Wash it off. Best
I've
shit.
gotten into it before. I've got quite a few clients that's got it, and I weed eat it all the time. But thing is, I'm not thinking. I'm wearing pants, so my legs are protected.
Yep.
What's up, Andrew?
So
And well, I had gloves on, but the thing is, the gloves only came right here.
Yep.
And
yeah,
from here up is where I got the damn poison ivy. I got a couple spots on this side, but not nowhere near as bad as I have it on this side.
Right.
yeah, I've heard about that Dawn thing that Fecta was talking about. I've heard it works.
Between
Well,
4 to
see, I
6.
wasn't thinking about it because I've pulled ivy before and
Yeah,
never. But I guess it never touched my upper my forearms and stuff.
grabbing it without second thought.
Yeah, 4 to 6 hours after I get hit with it, I scrub it real good for about 5 minutes. Scrub it off, and I haven't had any adverse reactions to it. Or my dad is
Well, see,
horrible.
it's not bothering me right now, so
My dad he'll blister up with he gets into poison ivy. It's bad.
Yeah, tonight I came this close to stepping in a large fire ant hill. Just chatting with a
well,
neighbor.
you would have loved that one, Andrew.
I don't know. Came a little too close for comfort.
Well, I guess majority of the watchers fucking left.
What's up, Jazzy? Jazzy, if you have help, that brush job might be a little easier. Let's see.
uh, Jazzy, that might help you out. I mean, if you do a lot of cleanups and whatnot.
It could be worth it, Jazzy, in the longer run. If you're gonna be doing a lot of large cleanouts and
Yep, that's right, Jesse. If you can run it out, dude.
isn't the only negative to renting it out the person he rents out to possibly ruining the trailer?
Well, that's why you put a deposit on it.
Oh, a dump trailer. I'll tell you what, dump trailer would have been wonderful for leaves last year. I'm not doing leaves this year. I don't have an efficient enough setup with my back and everything to do it. It pays good, and I know that is the bread and butter income before winter hits. My back ain't gonna let me do it, and the cleanup is just awful. I don't have the adequate equipment,
Well,
to do
you
it large
you
scale.
said it was what last year, the year before, you almost threw out your back picking up a barrel
Yeah,
of leaves.
last year, last spring, doing cleanups, I got a slip disc in my lower back, which turned into a herniated disc with all the jelly and the disc started to ooze out, pinch the sciatic nerve. Um, 27 visits to a good chiropractor, which was my went through two of them. The second one actually did something. It went away, and I've been all right. I still get lower back pain if I've been lifting stuff. So I try not to lift anything too heavy. And I also have a
Did they say that years down the road you could need surgery?
yeah. They almost guaranteed it. Like later in life, you're probably gonna have to get that operated on because it's gonna continue to deteriorate. They said don't be lifting up nothing heavy off the ground. That sucks because I used to be a gym rat. Believe it or not, I used to be a gym. I don't look like it now. I don't feel like it now.
Were you a wrestler or
No, I wasn't a wrestler. I was just in the weightlifting and stuff. I wasn't in crazy shape, but
what back in high school?
oh, just back 8 years ago. I mean, I was strong. I wasn't crazy strong. I'm not trying to
You're
toot my
still strong.
not really. I'm soft. I'm strong enough to push the levers forward on my lawnmower. That's all that matters to me. But no, I even just picking up limbs or doing basic tree work. I'm hurting. It don't show in the videos, but I'm hurting that night. And I got to be careful because if I pick something up wrong, like when I picked that bag of leaves up I was talking about, Andrew, I felt the disc slip in my back. I felt it move, and then that was it. I was done, done. I
Didn't you
left.
just fall over?
I didn't fall over, but I was stuck in a hunch. I mean, almost stuck. I had to let my buddy that was with me drive my rig back to the house. I couldn't drive. I thought I was honestly going to have to go to the ER and get a shot in the back just so I could get mobility back. But yeah, it was bad.
What was
I
it?
don't know.
Cortisone?
It was a horrible pain. It was cold. It was numb, and it was very dull, and it was awful. It was crippling.
It's a strange feeling, but it can be painful.
Yeah, it's strange, and it was crippling. It was crippling, and I was right at the start of mowing season, my first season last year. I was picking the trailer gate up and down. That was very, very hard. It's just a little 5x8 that Elms has. It's not heavy. It ain't heavy at all. Elms could take two fingers and pull that gate up if you wanted to. But my back, that felt like I was picking up a vehicle every time. So yeah, I'm pretty much 40 pounds and less to pick up off the ground. So that sucks. Otherwise, I'm gonna slip that disc again, and that's it. I do not want that pain again.
Yeah, you don't want a spinal fusion. That's what you don't want.
Stand, can't lay down, can't do anything. I mean, it's crippling, and pain medicine don't work.
Because that sciatic nerve, damaging that sciatic nerve, you can just open a can of worms right there.
It's bad. It's painful.
Beyond any pain imaginable.
So I'm still hurting from the limb cleanup I did on Tuesday. Still hurting. Not terrible, but I'm hurting from it. I mean, it is what it is. I live with it.
But you got a major machine you use.
Well, chainsaws and stuff, but I
You,
still got to put all the limbs on the trailer. That's heavy.
oh, I thought you meant the other kind of cleanup.
No, it was. We got a bad winds that knocked a limb off, and I told this guy, $100 and saw this limb up, throw it on a trailer, take it to dump. That will be in my next video I put on YouTube. A little bit of that. I didn't get any chainsaw stuff. record
Oh,
it.
whatever you do, don't buy the Fisker's pole saw because it's got a flimsy blade on it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
If any client asks, that is not a good investment.
And see, it sucks that my back is bad because I really want to start getting into tree work. I love working with the trees. My back. Ugh.
I think it was Matt MG or James has like 4 chainsaws. I think he's in it as tree work as well.
Tree work's dangerous. I got a lot of respect for arborists. What they do is not easy. It's life threatening. Get something wrong with your ear, it costs you your life. And I got huge respect for them. No joke work. Especially them guys 150 feet up in a tree. Man, if you have a problem or you get hurt, there ain't no quick way down.
The only thing about working with wood stuff, the chipper.
Gotta be, yeah, you gotta be careful.
That
I don't have
out
a
of
chipper.
all the equipment they use, the chipper I think is the chainsaw and the chipper are the two most dangerous tools that they use.
Yes. Well, your equipment can be dangerous too if you have somebody that's not properly trained on how to use it. Because you fall even 50 feet, it costs you your life. It can.
Yep, that is true.
You mess, tie a knot. You put your running end under when it should have went over on a knot, and it looks the same.
Yeah,
Right
I've
out.
heard about tree guys feeding wood into that chipper
Up.
by hand. Next thing you know, he's gone.
Yeah, and it'll pull you right
Yeah,
in.
if you
You
don't
can't.
let go in time, yeah, sure, it's gonna suck you in.
And by the time someone runs around to hit the emergency stop button, half of them's already in the back of the truck. Yeah.
I've heard at least
Yeah,
three accidents like that.
like what
One of
Jazzy
those
said.
being 2 years ago.
A lot of these guys grew up in families, you know, with their dad and stuff in the tree work, and they've been on power saws since 10 years old, and they just grow up in it, and they just become accustomed to it, and being high up in the ropes is second nature. Climb them trees like it's no big deal. Someone my age to get into it, the learning curve is it's almost like it's easier to learn a language as a child versus learning it in your 40s. You know what I mean? um, but it's dangerous. You have to be careful. And I know all the knots. I love knots. I know all the knots. I know what gear is required, but still, there is always a risk of a failure. If it is man made, it can fail. It can and
Oh,
will.
yes. I think Steve knows that one too well. Maybe a product possibly failing.
Yep. I love power saws. I've seen a chainsaw throw a chain and that chain whip up, hit someone right across the top of the head. A chain, sharp chain, and boy, it ain't pretty.
I've heard rumors that some the chain on a chainsaw could, if it comes loose, it could literally do this.
Yeah, it slips your throat. It can hit you in the face. I mean, it's a risk. Everything's a risk. You're running power saws with a lot of horsepower. It's dangerous. You have to have respect for it. Because if you get bit by a power saw and it's sharp, it's usually never pretty. Never. It's ugly.
James, I bet you can get some free tree work done.
So I like.
It's called
I
the
would.
family discount.
I try to. I try to do a good deed at least once a week. I'd like to once a day if the time allows. Mow somebody's lawn for $5 or whatever. Just a small lawn. Just do a good deed of the day. I like doing that. That makes me feel good at night. Um, so
Well,
I went to
me
do an
and
I went to do an estimate today, earlier this evening, around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and it was an old coworker. She's older. She's about in her 50s or whatever. Real nice lady. She got a dead tree on her property. I'm gonna cut it down for her for free, do the removal. So I'll be getting video footage of that. You know, it should be
big
about
tree.
an $800 removal, but maybe not eight. I'd say about $500 removal, respectfully. But good deed.
Big tree or small tree?
Mm,
Medium?
maybe 12 inches at the trunk, maybe 10 to
So
12 inches.
12 inches diameter?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's dead. It's rotted. It's got root rot. It's
Yeah.
dead. You're running the risk of barber chair. So
Uh,
bar
just
bar ain't too thick. It's probably going to be notch her out, plunge
Just
cut. And
careful when you cut into it. Make sure there's no bees in it.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any bees in it. You got to look at the chips and make sure. Pray to God, water don't start pouring out of it.
'Cause I've heard of bees going into dead trees like that.
They do. Yellow jackets, they love it. Videos on YouTube, type it in, man. People sinking power saws into yellow jacket nests inside of trees. And the worst thing is, if they run away from that saw and leave it running in that tree, them bees ain't ever going to calm down. try to take, try to take the saw with you. Yeah, see, that happens too. Replace the bar and chain twice. That's a lot of money.
First name, last name. I got a 440. Let me tell you what, I've hit concrete and whatnot with my chain and have yet to have to replace it.
And I just put a brand new chain on the 044. It was a stock chain. It was bought in the 90s, original chain. And the teeth
Ooh.
were filed right down the where you see my Instagram IGTV little things I did sharpen the chain. You'll see how worn down some of them teeth are. So I got a new chain. I'm gonna run an Oregon chain this time. See how that turns out. Been running steel chains on everything, so I'm gonna run an Oregon chain. It's supposed to be a little bit smoother. So
You could have bought one of each and then over time do a comparison which one you like better.
Oregon is always a little bit smoother than steel on the steel saws and bars. Generally, that's why all the big guys run Oregon.
And which one runs better on it?
Like I said, all your pros are running a lot of Oregon chains. A lot of them. Your production fallers and stuff. They're all using Oregon bars and chains for a reason. They make good stuff.
Oregon's the best, let me tell you. You can beat the shit out of them chains and they'll keep on cutting.
Yeah, I mean even the rakers on Oregon, they're beefy. They're heavy duty. So that sounds like a tensioning problem, hitting something hard, bending your drive links on the bottom. I don't know. That's messed up. I don't know how.
Is that using too much torque
No,
with the
that's
chain
something.
and then trying to cut something that's too hard for the chainsaw?
Well, this sounds like something negligent happened that caused that kind of damage. That's serious.
So you're thinking user error?
Left with the saw. There you go. No. What saw do you got, Justin? Now that you couldn't get cranked over. I want to get some of those Arborist chainsaw pants. They're like $300 for a good pair because you wear them like pants and they're saw proof. It's better than you get the apron type chaps.
They're-
You put them on, you got to buckle them in the back. I don't like that crap. I want to slip on a pair of saw pants so I have maximum mobility. Not going to get hung up on nothing. That's what I
I'm
like.
not sure there really is such thing as saw-proof pants.
There are. They got arborist pants where you're up in trees and stuff hanging on a line. They got that protection all the way down. They're just expensive. They don't give them away.
First name, last name, I'd say he's stubborn.
I don't know. I like tree work. I like running the power saws. It's fun. It's just I got to be careful with the jobs I accept because my back sucks. I prefer anything I do with power saws. I like to have two people there in case there's an accident. It's always smart to have more than one person,
Hey,
just in case.
That's why you get a certain mechanic friend of yours that saves your steel.
He did. I got that in my video too. I am so grateful for Elms. He has helped me a couple times. Always be appreciative of good friends like that.
Now, is it your turn to help him next?
Elms and I, we trade labor. Both turn down money from one another. I'll pay him at the drop of a hat. I mean, I appreciate good help. But when it comes to power saws and stuff, it's always good to have more than one person. At least to me.
Well,
I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. Um, I'm a hobbyist when it comes to power saws. Let's put it that way. I'll say that respectfully.
in my opinion, I think it's a great idea to have two people there with a chainsaw.
Yep.
I don't care if it's gas or electric,
Right. Injuries are never
because
pretty.
both could do some damage.
Yes. Chains are razor sharp, man. They'll go right through bone and all. That's why you wear, you know, right gear. So to help prevent that if there is an accident. I see a lot of the old school fallers and stuff when they're climbing, they'll use one flip line all the way up. They put their picks on. The tree spurs. They got the spikes on the side. The gaffs. I call them picks. They'll flip line up with one line. The old school guys. They'll do it. They don't have the whole lifeline, two flip line, and then go up.
Yeah,
They grab their 2-in-1. They put their picks on. They put their saw on. Grab a rig and rope. And up they go.
I've seen them climb when they're up there. They look like bloody monkeys.
Oh yeah, they're skilled too.
Some of
They
them
make
look like howler monkeys, to be honest.
and they make it look easy too. They make it look easy. But tell you
I've
what,
seen.
so much mentally, you got to map out and plan.
Have you seen a howler monkey? Howler monkeys are pretty damn funny.
Yep. Got to respect the saws.
Oh yes.
It's like the one guy in my video that got the tree that got hit that I helped him out with. The wind knocked off about a fourth of the tree, I'm going to say about a third of the tree. It knocked a third of the tree off. I got that cleaned up. Problem is it has already been hit by lightning on the other side of the tree, and
Yeah,
it's
that
you had three crotches at the bottom of the tree. You got the trunk, and then it splits off three ways, and then all your branches. The lightning caused a split in the first crotch on the side, and then where the wind knocked this branch off, the city came by because it was in the road, the big mechanical things, and they grabbed it and they pulled it off the tree and put it in his yard. That caused a secondary split. So the next storm, that tree could go three ways, and it's up against power lines, this flagpole, and this driveway where he parks vehicles.
they didn't think.
This is going to be an ugly situation. No, that tree needs to come down. It's going to be a hazard.
I think the tree is dead now since it was struck by lightning.
Well, it was alive. I mean, it was green. It was green as can be, but it's got a serious injury to it. Now, I showed it all in the video when I get it up close.
I mean, it's gonna take at least a year plus for that tree to even try to come back.
I mean, no, this tree's toast. That's this last one with that limb busting off, and it peeled it all the way down into the center. Because this tree, to cut it down as it is, you're gonna just barber chair and really bad because it's split in the middle. There's not you cut it not
With it that bad, it's not gonna live.
halfway through. Then you gotta judge your holding wood, and you don't have hardly anything on your back cut, and it's dangerous. So you got to gut that thing down from the top.
So if you're cutting the tree down, who gets the firewood?
My friend, because we can't have fire pits in the HOA, but my buddy's got one that is not in an HOA. So all the firewood sized pieces I threw in the back of the truck and gave it to him. So he's got a nice little stack of firewood back there.
So you haul the firewood to his place and you help him unload it?
Yeah, we both stacked it up in his backyard. It wasn't huge pieces, but they're adequate for his fire pit.
Say, has anybody had trouble recently with UPS?
Nope. Not as far as I know.
Well, I did. My order got delayed from Amsoil by 3 days.
Well, somehow I got the neighbors 3 houses that way, and 4 houses up the street. They got quarter of the streets mail.
Yeah. Drivers in a rush. They're backed up.
He ended up with his one next door and somebody else's.
Yeah, see, Justin, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of the fall. Heights don't bother me. Flying aircraft all day long doesn't bother me. Right next to the window, no problem. It's the fear of the fall. And it's the fear of what if something fails on your system? What if a shackle busts or a strap gets cut and you don't know it and it rips and you're up in the tree and you come down? You're gonna get hurt.
Justin,
Or
talk to James about doing gutters, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, gutters.
boy, Elms did a gutter job on a pretty steep incline on a roof.
James and Elms are pretty good at gutters.
Elms took on a tricky gutter job. Not gonna lie, that's pretty scary looking. The roof he was on.
Well, if
Oh,
the
man.
roof was too sketchy, Elms ain't gonna do it.
Oh, he did. I think that's the last time he's gonna do one like that though. That would have made me nervous. It's a pretty good pitch to that roof in some spots.
If it's windy and the pitch is a certain angle, I don't think he'd be up there.
Well, see, I want to get the roof tied down so you get the steel plates you screw into the roof. You got to take a shingle off and then screw it in. Wanting to get one of those to hang Christmas lights because then I just put my climbing harness on, tie off to that point, and then I just rappel off the side of the house, staple up the lights, and just kind of just walk the edge of the
You
house.
were a climber. You were a rock climber, weren't you?
I was not a rock climber. Dude, I don't have rock climber forearms. Arm wrestler, rock climber. Grip strength and forearms are on point. Yeah, there you go. I see it a lot too. These tree companies, you have the guy that's climbed in the tree,
Hello, mate.
supposed to start
Oh,
shaking
Sparky?
as fast as possible, and the ground guy can't keep up. And it's like, man, don't be rude in the tree. Let your groundman get your stuff and get it out of the way, and let them process that. And don't just stack a huge mound of stuff and then scream at them that they're going too slow. I mean,
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the chat. Welcome to the Mad UK. It's too freaking out.
Hey, Fecto, what do you watch? James's video? See about halfway through the video. You'll find that tree very interesting.
How are you, Fecto? How are you, Steve? How are you, Andrew, today?
Not bad.
I'm alive.
You're alive.
Steve needs a vacation. Steve needs a freaking vacation.
I think Steve needs more than a vacation, but I haven't got enough ammunition.
I do.
Steve
I
needs
know you probably do.
a beach vacation.
I think what I'm going to suggest to do is sometime, and this is coming from a buddy to a buddy, is switch everything off for at least a week and tell everyone to, yeah. Because at the end of the day, drama's not here. It's not. We're not on stage no more. We're not doing performances. We're not on freaking games. You know what I mean? The game show. This is real life. This is a real world. This is freaking not a playground.
You know what's strange, Sparky?
It is what it is, Paul. Be honest.
UPS delivered a quarter of the street's packages to one house at the top of the street.
Mm.
One
Well,
house.
I had an interesting conversation this morning. I got disturbed about 1:30 this morning with an anonymous email. And I said, how the hell you done that? So you open the email and it comes up with somebody knows me. Basically, somebody knows me personally. And it said this email will delete itself. So I know you can do that kind of thing, right? So it's a fraudulent email. So I deleted it. So my details are on top of it. Half an hour later, I got an IG. Somebody tried to get through to me. Under LTR Services. Don't know who they are. No idea. I've never had it before. LTR services. So all I did is delete. Don't care. I'm not bothered who they are. I don't add anybody I don't know. So if you're kindly listening to me, I don't give a crap. You don't come through my wall, I'm afraid, because I know you. I know. I've got a rough idea who you are. Kind of gonna run and jump, because I don't get involved in drama, and I certainly won't play on stage. You picked the wrong guy to piss around with. So you've been busy then, Steve.
Yeah, did like 14 or 15 a day.
Ouch.
That's good.
I think I need a cup of tea.
Just don't get really fed up with all the bullshit going on. What it boils down to.
It's very, very unfortunate. Ridiculous.
There's a different way to put it there, Justin.
Oh, maybe
Up a ladder. Pulling the younger ones up the ladder.
So what you've been up to then, Facto? Anything nice? And how's the neighbours?
The freaking neighbor was before. Now it rained an idiot at the corner of the street down there that was keeping the woods on fire.
Ow.
He's out there going to
The Marine?
Oh, here we go. Gregory. So before you pull into the
You are
neighborhood,
edging like hell, Ficto.
am I? I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. I had the computer volume turned up on the mix minus, so you were getting double feed. That should have fixed it right there.
You're good.
Okay, sorry, man. Just a knob, I tell you. Okay,
Oh, bloody hell.
Gregory. Okay. Before you pull into my neighborhood, there's an abandoned lot, and the house got torn down. Whatever, it was condemned.
All right, Jack, have a good one, buddy.
It got torn down. Freaking Gregory apparently drove his car, walked down there, whatever, with this freaking weed eater. This empty lot that was bulldozed down, and he's just sitting there weed eating in the just out there on someone else's private property, just freaking weed eating. Like, what are you doing? Stupid. It's just an idiot.
That is strange.
He is strange. He's just
I don't know.
just a stupid version of Mr. Rogers.
Is it full weedy now then, since it's been bulldozed?
I don't know. He's just out there just cutting just with his freaking weed eater going to town, and it's like, what are you doing? You're not even close to your freaking house. You walked a half mile to the front of the neighborhood or a quarter mile. And you're just weed eating on this abandoned lot. Why? I don't know. I don't care. Screw that.
It's
guy.
just crazy.
If any of these neighbors' houses catch on fire, I'm not calling it in. Someone else can. I ain't doing it. They wouldn't do it for me. They wouldn't do it for me.
You
Do you want some exciting news, everybody? Some exciting news or some crazy shit?
who
I'll tell
went
you
nuts?
something. We've had a good day yesterday. We had a crazy day. Yesterday, we had a little conversation with the government body of the dentist for Joe's teeth, and we have point blank been refused any UK funding for her teeth. We're NHS, we're basically government bodied, so we should be able to get it. We've been refused. We've got 6 weeks to find it. So yeah, so I'm dealing with it. So I've got it all set up now.
Legally, can they do that?
Yeah, they can. Why is my camera so shit?
Andrew, this they're over in UK, not the US.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got it all set up now. We know what we're doing. We've already spoke to a few people in the industry. We've got it sorted just about. So yeah, it's ridiculous. She's gutted. Yeah. Has it been very wet then, you lot, then, where you've been, or has it just been sun shining?
It's been hot and humid here today.
Same here.
We had a 30% chance of rain for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is a 40% chance of thunderstorms with 50% chance of thunderstorms tonight.
Bloody hell.
Tomorrow's a
Oh, here it
40%
is.
storm, Saturday's 60, and then 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a couple to do tomorrow, so
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Sounds like a crazy house your house does, Steve.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're all being loud about, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Between tomorrow and Saturday, could get possibly maybe an inch of rain.
That's not too bad.
This is 90% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow and 80% on Saturday.
Sounds about right. Here at the moment, it's ridiculous.
We got all sun next week, so next week should be able to get all 35 in next week. It's on my bi-weeklies too, so
We've had a thunderstorm for most of the night. We've had thunderstorms, which is quite nice. Other than that, yeah. Oh dear. How is the rabbits going then, Steve? They're going looking all right. They look nice.
It's a little crazy, but they're all right.
Oh, dear. I just decide what topping you're gonna have with them. I'm sorry, you shouldn't say that, should I?
feet are going up.
I got 60 at night. This
I know
week.
that feeling, Victor.
Yeah, I got my feet propped up. They're going up.
Well, mine have gone numb just by sitting on them.
Yeah, we got 80s.
Rumpled skin.
So
All right, mate.
temperature should be good. I'm looking forward to working next week. It'll be good. Yeah, 60s at night. That'd be window open weather right there. 100%.
Oh, that is good sleeping weather there, Rumple.
See, I sleep with the window open in the wintertime. I crack it open about inch and a half, inch and a quarter, just enough for that cold air to come. I try to keep the air velocity up.
Last night was 78. It was 78 for us last night.
Oh,
I
man.
had a neighbor who left their window open when it was 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hmm
Oh yeah. Well, I left
That's a
mine
little
open.
cold.
I leave
don't
mine
you
open
think?
and below 0.
I prefer cold weather. I'm used to it.
But then again, the family was from
Mm.
Pakistan.
I was watching that DIY
That's
program the other day. A guy from US installed a air system in the house, and I tell you something, the fan system they put in was massive in the ceilings. I was like, what the hell? It's commercial grade fan system. It went down to -8 in the rooms.
Wow.
That's a strong system.
Yeah. So yeah, he just got it done. He got it done free of charge because he's showing everybody, he's promoting the products and everything.
Oh,
But
here you
bloody
go.
hell, 8 rooms done with air conditioning, and it's like
I'm
that's an
Here
old
you go.
camera, that one, isn't it?
There you go.
It's
I
an
was
old
about to
one.
say, Paul, look at that.
Is that a
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
Pentax. Look
Yeah,
at that.
Pentax. Yeah, it's a nice one there. The old ones seem to look a lot smarter than the new ones. I'm not being funny.
there's a
It
similar
still
one.
works.
There's one called the Canon Elf.
Yeah. The one I like is the Nikons, Nikons as they call it. The old Nikons. I've got the G7 Panasonic, but I've got
What do
all
you,
sorts.
Sparky? What do you think of Olympus cameras?
I
Olympus
like Olympus.
is nice because it's owned by by the Lumix company.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the Lumix owns Panasonic with Panasonic's company, so it's all worked together.
So Panasonic's the parent company, then, right?
Yeah, it's all in one. Yeah, because Lumix, Panasonic, Olympus, all in one. Because you can use Olympus lenses on the G7s on the Panasonic.
Oh,
So if you
Yeah.
get a
you
wow,
Well, look at how old school
what?
how
yeah,
old school the. Oh, if I turn this the right way.
the
Oh,
screen, yeah,
Fecto. I've got an old similar one to that.
mm,
Look at how old the display
yeah.
is on that. Look at that.
But that's good. That was good in them days. You know, I mean, I've still got mine.
I've got an 8 megapixel Canon PowerShot, double
I've still
A
got all
batteries,
all of mine.
double A batteries.
I'm fine, Rumpel. No problems at all. As I've said earlier, mate. If anyone, I mean, I don't know how many people's watching on this situation, but I'm assuming there's about 14 watchers at the moment. Let's check. Yeah, about 14 usually is. If there's anybody watching and they're trying to judge me, okay, do me a favor, don't bother because you will never work me out. Okay, trust me, you will never work me out. I am.
Um,
I'm certainly not going to be the one that walks away from situations.
there's only one that can do that.
That's
That
the
would
missus.
be yes.
That's the missus. Missus knows what I'm like. I'm thinking.
Actually,
I
wait.
don't.
Actually, two. The
Mhm.
cat and the missus.
Yeah, well, put it this way, right? I will dance with the devil before I lower my flag. Okay, and I'll tell you that now. Okay, I don't jump ships, I don't go sides, and I certainly don't go into clubs or groups or whatever you want to call it. You can
Oh,
add me as
hey.
many. You can add me as many times as you like to your groups or whatever you want to call it, your cults, whatever. I will not lower my freaking flag until I dance with the devil.
You know what? There's a good question for you, Paul. I don't know if you'll know.
Mm.
Um, how do your big name DJs and stuff? How are they playing their live sets and stuff and streaming on YouTube? Are they basically getting permission for every track they're going to play from each label to do so?
At this
Or do
present
you have
moment, yeah, at this present moment, anything that you want to play on the internet, you need a PLC license.
really?
That's players basically players live culture. They call it basically license, and
So,
you just get that.
so even if it's
They're
royalty free,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
You need it because if you play your music over the internet, YouTube will just ban you. You have to get permission and you have to show your license. You
So
send your license off.
I remember it used to just be a copyright strike, and
Yeah,
hey, we know
yeah.
you got we know you have our track. Let you know ads will be placed. We get the revenue at your expense, but we know that you. Yeah, it used to be that way. Now I guess they just.
Yeah. Well, if you go for a pod system through YouTube, through Twitch, or any of them, what you do is when you say sign up to a pod system now, you have to play music, whatever you want to do, disco,
Oh.
whatever. You have to remember this. You have to have a license for that, and you have to have a license for the for stuff, all the stuff basically, i.e., like a broadcasting license. You don't need one for podding, but I would suggest to get one.
So what was that? What was that first one you said, Paul? In order to like stream music, like if I wanted to play an hour long set.
PLC license. It's a UK thing.
Well, it's a UK thing.
Yeah. It's a UK thing. You don't need it. US could be different.
I think you need something like that here as well.
Yeah. It's called a music license. It's law license, basically.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a law license. It's basically a license basically to play music.
It's a copyright thing. It's a copyright thing.
It's called a PPL. It's called PRS. It depends how you look at it. Wherever you're from and which town you're from or which US from, you can have different things for you. But PLC, that's what it's players' rights. Basically, you're paying for a company to get your rights to play music. Basically,
I think a bunch of them all do the same, but they all do the same function.
Because here in the US, you got to get individual permission from that label to stream that track.
You don't really in the US. I don't think you should do. I think you should get. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just check on my database.
You don't.
Because I know there is a million different freaking laws and stipulations against that crap with the guidelines on YouTube.
You don't need to if you wrote it and you sang it.
I can play my own tracks because they can't get me for that because I wrote them. There's no way they could, and I'd challenge it if they did too. Screw them. I've had to on some original tracks that I've written and put on here. They've tried to get me for copyright, and I'm like,
there's
I don't think so.
Few others saying they've gotten hit for YouTube. YouTube said you copyrighted yourself, despite they wrote the music.
Technically, it's royalty free because it's not copyrighted, and it's my own track.
So I'm like, if you wrote it, you sang it. How are you copywriting yourself?
Well, you can copyright yourself. You got to pay to have that track licensed and copyright it. You got to pay money for that. Well, basically, your copyright happens if you submit it to a label, they get it, and then the label copyrights that through, like, Virgin Records, for example. They accept a track, boom, it's copyrighted by Virgin Records because they own it because you sold them the track. You got to sell it to them, or you give them the track, and then you get a percentage of royalties for years and years and years. So I don't know. It's nightmare.
Crazy.
That's why somebody wanted me to play them Happy Birthday on a live stream one time, and it's like, wow, I have to rewrite Happy Birthday so it's not the original in a different key. So you can't get copyrighted strike. It's crazy.
You can just say da 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 da.
Yeah, write it in C sharp minor.
Heartburn sucks. I swear it does.
That's an oldie, isn't it?
What's that?
Happy Birthday.
Oh
song.
My God, that goes back.
Well, Happy Birthday from back in the 1800s.
Yeah, centuries ago.
Right. Yeah, I've just been reading it. Yeah, you do have. There's a streamer's permission license you can get in the US. It's called a PPL license, System 1. So yeah. If you're licensed to cover all music, basically what you cover, but it's not cheap.
They never are.
You're talking about £1,000 a year.
Yep, that sounds right.
look at. Have you seen the encoded system, Vecto?
I have not.
Actually,
Right. Okay. That's what I would use on the internet. That's what I like, the encoded system. You can see I like my
actually,
music.
supposedly, 1998 Guinness World Records recognized "Happy Birthday" as the most recognized song in the English language,
What's up?
followed by "He's a Jolly Good Fellow."
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way to do it, basically, is pay for that service PPL license.
Good question there, Rumpel. I'm not sure about that one. Does it still apply if the singer is passed?
What's up, Jason?
Rumpel, are you talking about, say,
Oh, yeah.
Frank Sinatra?
Yeah, same rules apply. I can't just go play a Michael Jackson track up here right now, and it's going to be all gravy. That'll absolutely get dinged. If I play something out of this
So,
book
Jason,
from
you want, buddy?
I play something out of this book right now from frickin' Beethoven, it's going to get dinged because it's published. So I'd
Who
have to
owns
play
the
it.
copyrights to Beethoven anymore?
The publishers to the music own copyrights to it. So
But
basically,
it's been published and
So-
republished and republished
correct.
how
But they
many
all have-
times by several different companies?
But I had to pay money for this, so I can't open this up and play anything out of it without getting a ding on YouTube. If I play it from memory, that's totally different. But if I open this up because I bought this with money, Schrimmer's Library of Musical Classics can come after me for it for copyright. Yep. That's stupid.
So I have songs from a cassette from a family friend that are from Beethoven from like I think it's from like the 70s or 80s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, or if it's on a
The
CD.
thing is about.
Go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
I'm not going. Yeah, you're okay, Vector. Me, I'm just doing two jobs at once.
The usual.
I got old CDs and stuff, but the record label that the artist played that and the record and record. If I was a professional, I recorded something out of this book from memory. The label bought it and published it on a CD. That label then has the copyright to that track. So there's multiple copyrights being held on everything. It just depends.
I've just been looking into it. Right, yeah, the PPL license you need, and you'll be covered. As long as you send it off to YouTube, saying you're a music producer, you are a music person, and you can send it off to YouTube, no problems. And that's what you need. But it's not a cheap license. That's the only problem.
So when I type in PPL on Google, I get private pilot's license.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's
You want to type PPL music license? Stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one. That's one
I
of the reasons for it.
ASCAP licensing. Okay, that makes sense now. Yep.
So that's a similar one to it, and all you do basically, if you want to play in the US, you got that version license. We've got loads of them.
Okay.
ASCAP or
All right, Snobby, you're up early this morning.
ASCAP. ASCAP.
oh, I thought you were going to say ASS.
Yours, you've got the other one as well. PPN International Royalty Collection Services across there. You'll have.
Oh, look
So
who's here.
yeah, International Royalty Collection Service (PPL). It's for your music. So whatever music you play, as long as you are under that license, you've got no problems.
Hey, Snubby, what are you doing? You're up early. so early there, right, Sparky?
It can be.
It is
It's 4:49.
Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock.
1:04. Well, yeah, it's 1:05 o'clock, isn't it? Over there.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I used to do discos, I had to have a license for doing certain things.
I'm going to guess, Navi, Dusty is still asleep.
Oh yeah, it was too hot last night. It's in about 80s at the moment. Freaking out, yeah.
Navi, don't you have AC? You guys have AC over there, right?
No, we have fans.
Somewhere on your list is an air conditioner. Yes?
I've never needed one. We're okay, but we want one.
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce off of here.
Okay.
It's been a crazy 3 hours on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to. I gotta get to bed. I got the mansion I gotta do tomorrow, and I gotta do a special cut tomorrow just for some fact I have a wedding on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So they want it done a certain way and whatnot. So
They're
There you
kind of
go.
particular.
yeah, they want it done a certain way. So
Yeah.
Put the tunes in.
just
Throw
say
some
it'll
stripes.
probably be about a 3-hour cut tomorrow.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
that's a decent job.
So
All right,
I'll
Steve.
see you all tomorrow. Paul, have a
See you.
good evening or
Yeah,
morning
you
or
take
whatever.
care, mate. Have a
it
good
is.
one. All right. Have a good one. Take it easy, you lot. Have a good one. See you later. Have fun.
Rumple.
I will try to get some rest.
Yeah,
get
try
some,
to.
get some sleep.
You know, I might do some push-ups, whatever, just kind of clear my mind a little bit. But
Yeah.
because I got too much shit, people, running their mouth and
Yep.
just
And you know what? Let them run it.
Let them go.
Screw them.
Yep.
That's all.
I'll
That's
talk
all
to
they
you
got
tomorrow.
to do.
I'll give you a call tomorrow. What time's a good time to call you?
Man, if it's raining tomorrow, just about any time should be good. I missed your call this morning. I was still in bed, and the wife was next to me, and I don't want to wait.
Yeah, I don't want to call you at 8 o'clock in the morning again.
I don't want to wake up the redheaded witch
I
next to
forget
me.
you're.
Well, have a good one, lot. I take it easy. Nice to see you. So see you.
Well, I'll call you about 10 a.m. your time. How's that sound?
Okay. You can call me anytime you like, but you can't get through.
Can't afford that call, Sparky.
I know. Tell me about it. I'm winding them up.
That sounds good, Steve. That'll work.
All
right.
Take it easy. Have a good one. See you later, Snubby. See you later.
See you
Good
guys
night,
in the
Andrew.
morning.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep.